So my day started off normal. I went to my hangout spot where I just sit with Camille before class starts, and we were bored, so I just kind of watched a YouTube video on my iPod. I watched one of the Dank Pods videos I had on it. It kept me entertained until class, but unfortunately first period I had a test, so I really didn't get to test it out that much. I went to chemistry, which is my second period, and I saw my friend Shazeb, also known as Tech God, and we looked at the iPod. I had my music on while we were working on a presentation that we had to finish for that class. So third period I had computer game design, but we don't really do anything in that class. So I actually had a chance to test out the iPod, and I actually interviewed Shazeb, and here's that interview. iPods.
Video.
Well, it's definitely a lot bigger than the Nano, which up until this has been the only type of classic iPod I've ever used. I'd say the video functionality is very gimmicky, as there's only thousands of pixels, if even. The hard drive is very noticeable, especially when playing videos or any type of more intensive processing. But overall, I'd say it's a very interesting device, and I'd say definitely try one out if you have one lying around, or if you want to find one secondhand or whatever. I think it's a very interesting device to play around with in this modern era.
So what are my final thoughts? So one of my main ones is that shuffle on an iPod Classic is way better than on Apple Music or Spotify or anything like that, because it is truly random. So with Apple Music, they use an algorithm based on what songs you listen to and what songs you have favorited in order to create an up-next queue. But with the iPod, it creates a completely random queue, which means if you have 300 songs in your playlist, it won't play the same 10 songs over and over again. Another good positive about it is it saves your phone's battery life. So it doesn't physically do anything to do that, but what it does is you're not listening to music on your phone constantly. Instead, you're using your iPod, so it saves your phone's battery from getting drained because you're listening to music. The one thing I don't like, and one thing I wish I had on it, was Bluetooth. Now, there is some Bluetooth adapters you can buy. I bought one off of Amazon actually to use specifically for this video, but unfortunately it only supports 6th gen and 7th gen classics and above, and not 5th gen or anything below that. So another positive though is that if let's say you're in class or you're out in public, you don't want everyone hearing what you're listening to. So a good thing about it is about specifically wired headphones is everything is wired in, so you don't have to worry about your headphones disconnecting and your music playing through your phone speaker. That is one thing I appreciated. Another positive is that you hit pause on your music. Your phone doesn't. So that means when you receive a call, when you get notifications, your phone does not pause. Your music does not pause. It only pauses when you hit it. So for example, let's say you're in the car, if you get a robocall or something like that, and you're at the best part of a song, you don't have to worry about that pausing. It will continue playing through that good part just like you wanted it to. Another negative though, but maybe a positive, is that all the content has to come from iTunes or your computer. So you either have to pay for music or use download sites to get music or pirate music, or do the old school way of importing music from CDs. So personally what I do is I purchase my music and I download it or copy it over from a CD, and it's all on my iPod now so I can listen to it. But the fun thing about it is you get to build up a music library of your stuff. Now you're probably wondering, how do I discover music then? Well, you do it some other ways. For example, you could discover it through the radio, you can discover it through iTunes Radio actually, and there's many other ways you can too. Another positive is you don't have to worry about losing your Bluetooth headphones. Instead, all you have to worry about is, because they're wired into your device, you don't have to worry about having multiple things on you. You only have to worry about your phone and your headphones because they're connected. You can worry about them as one thing instead of multiple things. Another negative is that in order to play, pause, stop, skip, etc. Unfortunately, you have to pull the iPod out of your pocket and hit play, pause. Another annoying thing is the fact that when you put it in your pocket, unlike your phone where it just shuts off, you have to flip the hold switch on top of your iPod. Otherwise, if it's in your pocket, especially with early gen iPods, it can mess with it. Or if you throw in a bag, it can mess with it. If stuff falls on the buttons, since they're physical buttons. Another positive though is you don't have to worry about anything with your headphones malfunctioning. So like they will work just fine as long as they're plugged in. And honestly, it's less distracting. If you're doing homework or you're really trying to get something done, instead of having your phone bombarding you with notifications, you have your iPod won't bombard you with anything. All it will do is play your music. So it's a little less distracting. So lastly, do I recommend you use an iPod as your daily driver for music? Well, that's a complicated question, specifically because there's so many points or arguments that you can make. But if you want to be more focused and you like building up a music library and having your own catalog of songs, then I recommend it. But if you're someone that loves their Bluetooth headphones, loves all the functionality that comes along with having your phone, and you're not worried about sacrificing battery life, then I wouldn't go with it. Personally, I'm going to stick to my phone and AirPods because my iPhone 16's battery lasts forever and it's enough to get me through my day. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. By the way, since the first POV video hit more than 100 views in the first week, I'm going to be making that a permanent series on this channel, and new videos will be coming for it in the near future. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.